Hi everyone, it's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of Art Foamies, and I'm here for ArtFoamies Fun Friday. You probably already knew that. I'm going to welcome you and say hello, and then we are going to jump right in because I'm super excited to be introducing you this evening to Julie Balzer's new Art Foamies. And I know we have a lot of Julie fans here, so I'm really excited, and I know that many of you have already seen them because we soft launched them last week. Long story, but anyway, let me say hello to Anita. Welcome, nice to have you here. Terry Moore is here. Yes, how is that baby? You must fill us in, Anita. Catherine is here. Happy AFF. AFFF. Patty, Sharon, nice to see you. My favorite time on Fridays. Thank you. That is a compliment. It's my favorite time too, as you can imagine. Deborah Bergstrom is here. And you know what? I'm going to wait for a minute because Deborah, I think last week I said, do you mind if I call you Deb or Debbie or what do you want to be called? And then I never saw your answer. So I'm going to try to look for it this week. Mary Lynn is here. Pam is here. Deb Peak, Megan, Ellen, Jim, nice to see you. I hope you're feeling better. I'm so happy that you're here. And Ellen so far is in the house. Thank you all for being here. And again, we are going to be showcasing Julie Fan Balzer's new Art Foamies. We do have a special running today for the weekend. So I will just tell you right now, it's buy 4 Art Foamies and get 1 free. So you do not need to do anything. It's an automatic discount. So go ahead and load up your cart with 5 Art Foamies, and the one that is the lowest price Art Foamie will automatically be free. Okay, so that's our deal for the weekend. Just to wish you all a happy fall, happy autumn, and just tell you that we appreciate you, and hopefully it helps you get those Art Foamies that you've been wanting. We also are going to be doing a giveaway for Julie's Bauhaus set, which is brilliant. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. What else? I feel like I have other stuff to tell you, but of course I can't remember right now. So we're going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you all of Julie's new Art Foamies. Oh yes, I know what I wanted to tell you. Julie is going to come and hang out with us. She couldn't be here tonight because she is out, or I can't remember. She's out of town and then she's teaching, or maybe she's teaching and then she's out of town, whatever. Anyway, the next, tonight and next week she's busy, but she is going to join us on the 20th. So, and I know it's going to be kind of confusing because we do have Elizabeth St. Hilaire coming up, and then Elizabeth is going to join us on the 27th. So our schedules are a little, our schedules are a little, askew, but that's okay, right? We're going to have some fun special guests joining us for some Art Foamy fun. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to share with you some art that I created using Julie's new images, and then I'm going to show them all to you, and we're going to have a little demo. Okay, so if you have any thoughts or questions, please let me know. And here we go. I'm going to have to also stop for a moment and turn off the overhead light and fix up my lights. We're having a little issue with the strobing, so give me just a minute. All right, yes. Maxie, thank you. Maxie Moon is in the house, and she says, buy 4, get 1 free. No code is necessary. Okay, sorry about that. It's so moody in here. So I'm gonna turn the camera back around just so you can see. Every time, so I have this issue with the overhead lights that when I turn on the overhead camera, it starts doing the strobing kind of thing. And I think it's because we have the LED lights and one of them doesn't have a cover. So somehow it's like interfering with the camera. And so I have to sit sort of in the dark. It's very moody. Anyway, so Terry, welcome. And D Keels is here from East Texas. Welcome. All right. So I know, sorry for my messy table, but you know, I am a working artist, and this is how much fun I have had today. I hope you've had half as much fun. All right. So I want to tell you the truth, okay? I stamped all of Julie's for the pictures, okay? And the pictures for the website, and I cannot find all the stampings now. So I am going to pull them out, and I'm going to stamp them for you, and I'm just going to use some newsprint, okay? Just so you can see each image, and give me just a second too, because I need to pull up our website so that I can make sure that I have all of the names correct, because I do this, I'll get on here and then I'll start telling you all about them, and then I'll be like, but I don't know the name of this, so I better get prepared here. All right, so let's go to the ArtFoamies website, and oops, oh, you know what, let's see, for some reason, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's under new, but Crafty Chicas are coming up first. So let me just go to Julie, and we'll take a look at hers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go in order like is on the website. Okay, so first we have the Bauhaus set, which I have to tell you, I think it's absolutely brilliant. And I still have some wet paint here, so... I was layering it up today. I really was. I had a lot of acrylics, as you can see, out, and was getting very makey. Okay, so let's put this back where you can see it, and I'm going to pull out Julie's Bauhaus set. It does come with one, and you know what? They're still kind of wet. Let me dry them off, because I use them very very, what's the word? You know, I use them so much today, and so I had to go wash them off. Okay, so this comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. Okay, so you have a rectangle, you have a full circle, and the way that Julie designed them, again, absolutely brilliant. I hope that you have had a chance to see Julie's reels, videos that she has been sharing. I think she has a lot more up her sleeve. I must say, really love this set. And I have barely touched the tip of the iceberg myself. Yes, they're fantastic. Okay, so you have the rectangle bar, and I believe, so I can't, all the measurements are on the website, but let me just tell you. So the rectangle bar is about 5 by 2.5, okay? And then you have about a 2 1/4-ish inch circle, so it fits in there 2 times, okay? You also have a half circle, which again will fit into the full circle. It's exactly half, okay? And then you have a 1/4, and then you have a 1-inch circle. You have a rectangle, or I'm sorry, a triangle that fits the length of the rectangle twice, okay? But you could also layer it in here, boom, boom, like so, or, you know, 4 times across. So she really thought of everything, designing them to fit within certain parameters. And then, of course, the arch fits around the largest circle and the half circle perfectly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp these out for you, and I'm going to I think I'm just going to get a little, I'm going to load these up with a little, yes, oh my gosh. Yeah, Megan says, I watched some of her demos with these. She is so talented. Yes, Julie really is a consummate professional. She is insanely talented, and you know, just great to watch. I love her art. Some of her art foamies are literally my very, very favorite. I meant to actually pull out a bunch of her other art foamies, so that you could see some of hers are our very best sellers. I don't have them in my hand right now, but her, oh gosh, I have to tell you what it's called. So it's called, yes, this writer's block right here. This is literally one of our all-time best sellers. It is fantastic. Just, it comes in 2 sizes, but I know, you know, there's lots of other like scripty things out there, but just the way, the size, the way it sort of fits together, the way it hangs off the edges, really a good one. Also her, botanical, this one right here is literally one of my very favorite stamps. Again, comes in 2 sizes, and I use it all the time. I love it. But some of these new ones are so fantastic. I'm so excited to be sharing them with you. Anyway, so first I'm going to load this up with just a little white ink first. I'm going to use ink because it'll be easier to clean off. Okay, so a little pastel-y. We're going to do them in brights. You know, I have to say, again, if you've been watching Julie, her color combinations have been really, really nice. But I'm just doing this so that you can see it nice and bright. And you know, I love my neons. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to stamp it a couple times. Heather Bailey says, I remember a few months ago you said that we need to get Julie to do more stamps. Wow, she over-delivered. Yes, I have to tell you too. Excuse me, I got a little overly excited over here. I wrote to her and I was like, Julie, please, when can we have more art foamies? And she said, I'm working on it for the fall. This was like back in the summer, or yeah, Heather said a few months ago I said that. Look how nice. If you don't get the exact stamping that you want, so easy to line it back up. Because again, you're just stamping the whole surface, okay? So now I'm just going to go in with a little white. Oops, oh, I'm dropping stuff. Uh-oh, I just dropped my circle, my small circle, and it went rolling across. So hold on one second. I got to find it. Okay. Yes. All right, so I'm going to just ink this up with a little white on here. Look, I mean, just the way they fit together, so nice. Now that white, I will tell you, it's not going to stay pure white. It's going to kind of soak in and it'll turn kind of a pinky color. That's okay. I'm just doing this so you can see, you know, the fun possibilities, all right? Use a little of my neon yellow here, and we'll get the rest of these inked up. I just want you to see them for now. I'm not trying to blow you away with technique. You can go watch Julie for that. Right? Although I don't know if that shows up very well in there. I did, here, we'll just do one right in there. I did do a piece of art that I am pretty tickled with, and I'll show that to you. All right, well, I'm just going to stamp that over here so you can see the size of the circle. I'll do this one here. And so again, you know, of course, excuse me, these are really, really fun just to play with, but you can really build, you know, and that's what I want to show you. As soon as I'm done stamping these out for you, I'm going to show you what I made. Super fun. All right. Let's do a little orange. Or no, let's do blue for the triangle. Catherine says, writer's block is one of my faves. I like that it's not straight edges. Yes, I guess that's what I was kind of trying to say. Oh, you know, in a very roundabout way. But yeah, super, her designs and her let's see again, botanical. If you don't have botanical, run and get it. Also dino skin, fantastic, another favorite. And also the leaves. Which leaf? Oh yes, her leaf vine. Love it. Love, love, love it. Oops, I didn't stamp that very well, but you get the idea, right? And I promise I'll show you something that I stamp better. Okay. Here's my other little quarter, my quarter pie. I hope that just by watching how they fit together, you can just, I mean, look at that. Ah, so exciting. And over here, say I don't like the way that looks. Let's get a little orange. No, let's get a little, oh, we'll try blue. I guess we'll just do blue. It's not going to look the best, but that's okay. Super fun to layer, right? And then finally half circle. Again, if you don't get what you want on the first stamping, they're so nice to over stamp with, you know? Ta-da! So there are all of your shapes, okay? And you can see how beautifully they fit together. Let me clean my fingers because I do want to show you a piece of art that I created with them. And let's see. Yes, Maxie Moon says, I love gradient polka dots too. And she says, wasn't that one of your first art foamies? And yes, I have to tell you that gradient polka dot, okay, was my very first art foamy that I ever had. Or that I ever got before I bought art foamies. All right, so super fun and special, yes. And I also, I don't know how many of you know this, but I got to meet Julie. Oh my gosh, I believe it was in 2018, or let's see, yeah, I think in 2018. Maybe 2019. I can't remember exactly, but I did get to go and I was on her show, Make It Artsy, and so where she's the host, and it was really such a cool experience. So, again, really a professional artist, and really, she was very nice to me. That was before I owned Art Foamies, so that was pretty cool, right? When we had Rubber Moon. All right, so this again is the Bauhaus set. Again, just a reminder that this is just stamped on newsprint. Okay, I was just wanting to pull out the stamps and show you, but I want to share with you a painting that I did, and I will sort of share with you how I did this. And this is using Julie's Bauhaus set. Not all the pieces, but you can see I did use the large rectangle. I used the half circle, the full circle, the arch, and the small circle. Okay, and that is all. So I used the rectangle, the large circle, the arch, and the small circle. Oh, and the half circle. Okay, so this is what I used to create this painting, and I also used her small flower tangle, which I'll show you next. The flower tangles come in 2 sizes, and I did use the small one for this. I had a blast creating this piece. It is so, I just got lost in it. It is not hard. I will admit it will take a little bit of time. It's layers, I tell you all, you can't fake the layers. So you got to layer You got to wipe away, you got to layer, you got to wipe. And I did also take artistic license to use one of my very own KP stencils. And this is available at iStencils. And I think, I don't know what it's called. That's the only one that looks like it. It's something about I don't know. I can't remember the name. But anyway, again, available at iStencils.com, and you can kind of see a little bit of those layers in the background. Okay, so that's what I used. I used these stamps right here from her Bauhaus set. I used the small flower tangle and my my stencil here. Okay, super relaxing. Okay, if you love to paint, oh yes, I did use the triangle a little bit. I'm so sorry. I did use the triangle. You can't really see it though. I used the triangle here and here. The other triangles that you see are all from that stencil I just shared with you. And it does have a little bit of gold. I don't know if you can see it very well. Has a little bit of shimmer to it. But, you know, lots of very sort of ethereal layers. And again, it was just a really relaxing painting to create. And although this is an 8x8, I would say this would be fantastic on a larger substrate. So if you have the inclination, the inspiration to do something like this, and you want to create a large piece of artwork, this would work so well. And then you could actually also incorporate, maybe some of the larger, if you were going to go a little bit larger. And keep in mind that Julie's Bauhaus set will also really, really work so well with some of our ArtFoamy basics. So if you love the way this looks, you want to create a piece like this, yes, we're going to be doing this in my Patreon. Okay, I'm going to show it from beginning to end. So get on over there and join me on Patreon. We get makey all the time, and I will be doing this as a special sort of painting class. I do that every now and then. Aside from the daily hearts. But again, some of the ArtFoamy basics in the different sizes would be fantastic, incorporating this all together. Yeah, if you sit with this piece, you will really see some beautiful, and I wish you could see it in person because I did put just a little tiny bit of my favorite fluorescent pink, it's very subtle, okay? But again, I had such a blast actually painting with Julie's stamps, okay? So I'm very excited to share with you. And we will do a little piece together, and then we're going to go over to the after party, and we'll finish it up, okay? Because remember that in the after party tonight, for my patrons, the after party, we're going to be doing golden hour, right? Talking about golden products and all of the stuff I used, okay? Well, I take that back. I did use a varnish over the top of this piece that is not golden, but everything else is golden product, okay? And I want to say again that I am a golden artist educator, as well as being the owner and creative mad woman behind ArtFoamies. I'm a golden artist and educator, and when I do demonstrate or share with you, golden, I do get points, which I am compensated in product for. I have to make that known, okay? So, but I would love golden and share it with you regardless, and that's the truth, because it is just an amazing product, and there's lots of not only paints, but mediums and different things to explore. So anyway, that is the piece. And then since we did flower tangle, I'm going to stamp flower tangle for you, and we'll go ahead. I'm going to load up again some white ink, and I'm just going to use a few different colors. And some of my stamps might be a little dirty just because I have admittedly been using them like crazy today. You should have seen my hands. Oh my gosh, they were coated with paint just the way I love them. But luckily I had scrubby soap because they were a mess. I know we're not supposed to finger paint, but I did do a little finger painting. I won't lie. I like that tactile feeling, you know? So I'm just rubbing a little bit. Oh, I have a mixture. I have a little bit of orange, a little bit of pink. And so that is going to be a fun and beautiful. You know what? And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to stamp this on to my newsprint. I want to stamp it on something a little nicer because I think it's going to be beautiful. So Jim Smith, I'm going to be honest with you, it probably will work because, but I'm going to give you a different code to use. Okay. So if you can hang on, till after, I will give you a different code. All right. If you don't mind, because I have to be honest, with you, I would prefer that you did not use that code. Just because it'll end up giving you like 60% off. All right. So let me give you a different code when we're done here. Yeah, I'll give that to you in Discord, Jim. I know. Deb, thank you so much. So no, Jim, it was not with So Flats. It was with a combination of, so Jim Smith asked if this was with So Flats, and I will tell you, it is a combination. I did use a little bit of So Flats, and I used a little bit of my fluid acrylic. Okay, and I also did use a little bit of high flow, and not for necessarily the finishes. Does that make sense? Or not necessarily. Oh, look how pretty that is with that gradient. Ah, beautiful. What am I trying to say here? I used a mixture of paints because I just was layering and, having fun. And so I just grabbed colors. So it was sort of whatever I had on my desk, but they are all golden paints. Okay. And I didn't use any heavy body. I only used a few So Flats, some fluid, and some high flow. Now, again, I did not mention the size of these. Jim, I'll message you after. So I didn't mention the size of these. This is 6 by 6 approximately. All the patterns that I'm going to be sharing with you are 6 by 6, and then the smalls are about 2 by 2. So they really fit nicely together. All right. And I'm just going to do the same thing here with the small guy. And again, this is called Flower Tangle. So of course they do mix and match so beautifully together. But, if you have a preference, maybe you like large stamps for your gel press plate. Or maybe you like the smaller stamps because you're more of a card maker. Or maybe you just need both because they are both awesome when you're working with mixed media. Right? Ooh, I love it. And so this will make an awesome background to go right onto my jelly plate. Okay, or to do a quick watercolor, because I will tell you, this ink will not move when I watercolor. All right, so that will be a great, little background to have. All right, let's move on. Again, that is Flower Tangle. So I'm going to use a little alcohol to clean my fingers here. Yes. Well, Deb, of course oh, Jim, no, don't be sorry. I know. I'm sorry too. I don't want you to have to wait for me, but but you can wait to order till after we're done, right? Plus you need to wait so you can see them all because otherwise you'll end up leaving some out again. Yeah. Anyway, Deb, yes, we do love to, have them in multiple sizes. I mean, not always. We can't offer every single thing, but we do try because oh yes, it would be great wrapping paper too, especially if you have some rolls, right? And I know a lot of people just do even little small pieces for smaller little gifts. So that's great too. All right, so here we have, I'm going to just show you this next one. This one is called, and I have not used this one yet. I think it's a very interesting pattern. I do see it, so like my eye sees this so many different ways. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this out for you. It is called, what is this one called again? It is called, eggshell flowers. Okay. And it's kind of funny because I don't know. I always want to say clamshell flowers, because they also look like little clams to me. But then of course, if you just use one row, they sort of look like little tulips. So, I think that it's a very, very versatile stamp. And I just haven't used it yet myself. So I'm going to stamp it here for you. And I would love to hear what you think about it and what you see. I'm not doing a very good job of inking it up here. Jim, I love you. You're the best. All right, so hopefully I got it inked up all right. I'm going to put the large one here. Linda, welcome. No, it did not sound weird. It sounded so sweet. Huh. All right, hopefully I got a good impression. I hate when I make a bad impression. Oh, well, it's not bad. That's pretty good. And I see it so many different ways because that negative space, I love that sort of negative space. I also love those diamonds. So I love it going this way. All right. And I'm just going to stamp the small one for you now. Again, in the 2 sizes. Got a little bald spot. Yeah, kind of, right? It does. And I think if you did it, Jim, I could now that you say that, I think if you did it like in turquoises and reds and, sort of like more, more sort of southwesty type colors, that would be really, really cool. So you can see too, and I didn't get a very good impression there. Of course, I'd have to go back over, but you can see how nicely they do work and fit together. So many ways that you can, and I'm not too worried that I have some bald spots. Kind of cool, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's try to up a little bit. Oh, hey, I did it. Anyway, I like that too. And that is fun. That's the first time I've really stamped it out other than just, boom, like that. So that is really nice. I think that would make a lovely journal cover, a fabric. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that is eggshell flowers. And again, in the double sizes, okay? Next up is paper cut, and I think this is going to be so popular. It's beautiful. Again, I myself haven't really used it. You know, I have 2 more pieces that I'll show you that I worked on today. You will see my favorites, okay? But I do love this. Let's see. Let's go ahead. We'll do this one in blue. Let me get another scrap buddy here. Oh, I'm on the struggle bus with my inkers. We are going to do a giveaway for Julie's Bauhaus set also. So I will be asking you to make a guess on something in just a little while. So don't don't let me forget, because I will. I just had to say it out loud so that y'all could remind me about the giveaway. And I will say, I'm just going to say this right now, if somebody wins that already purchased the Bauhaus set, you know, you can get something else, or, you know, yeah, we'll work it out if you already purchased it. Okay. So anyway, this is called Paper Cut. Yes, Heather, this actually will go so beautifully with Joni Hallmarks. Have I ever created anything with the used scrap buddies? No, I have not. I really should, because I definitely go through them. As you probably know. All right, so there, and I didn't get the best impression on that just because, again, it is ink and, you know, a little bit thicker, but it looks nice. I don't think you can tell that much. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use a little yellow right over the top. And I am making another mess. I certainly am. How many of you, I just have to ask, how many of you start, when you're getting makey, do you start with a nice clean table? Do you organize your table and kind of make yourself a space? And then as you're working, does it very quickly become just a few inches of space? Because I try, you know, I'm not lying. I try my hardest to pick up after myself, to be putting my things away as sort of as I'm going along, right? And I will tell you, like, it does no good. I still only end up with a tiny, tiny bit of space. And I'm kind of bummed because honestly, you can't really see this, but it is so cool. Like, I wish I would have done it in a little bit darker of a color, because that, my friends, is really, really cool. All right. I think what I will do, I'm going to go around the edges and do it in a different color combination, so hopefully you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so let me finish that off, and then I'm going to stamp that big in again. I'm going to just spritz it with a little rubbing alcohol. Okay, and that's going to reactivate some of that neon ink. All right, and oh gosh, I hope I can, let me just smooge a little bit more on there. Just go around. Just ignore my fingerprints. Can't keep my big thumbs out of it. So that is how it fits on a 8x10 piece of paper, okay? And then let's go ahead, I'm going to use a little orange or maybe a little pink. I don't know. I already have some yellow on there, so it's going to probably just turn orange. and then you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So that overlay is just fantastic. So again, another reason to buy both sizes. I mean, you know, or at least not you, and not right away. You know, I'm not trying to hard sell you, but they do work really well together. And you know, you can collect them a little at a time. And it's nice too because you know we do offer specials, and we do have the buy 4 get 1 free. So maybe you treat yourself to a large one, you know. Just a thought. D says a 6-foot table easily and quickly becomes a 12 by 12 space. 12 by 12. Oh gosh. Never stays 12 by 12 long for me. It usually ends up about literally, I found myself literally working at the edge of the table today. I had like this, and you know, I had a clean table when I started, and by the time I was done, I was on the edge of the table with very limited very limited space. It was funny. Anyway, job hazards, right? Okay, so we'll go this way. Okay. And I'm not really re-inking much, so that's okay though. You can see that. Ta-da! You know what? And I think I'm just going to be brave, and I'm going to go in the middle and just go right over that again. All right? I just, the way that looks. Ooh, I love it. Don't you? That looks fantastic. And maybe the yellow all throughout. So that kind of actually reminds me on accident, okay, of Sarah Matthews, the way that she like overlays with her prints and her bright colors. And it looks fantastic. And it's just so easy, right? And I only got my hands a little dirty. Anyway, all right. So that, my friends, is the paper cut. Okay, so we've shown the Bauhaus, we've shown flower tangle, paper cut. Next up is going to be, well, I'm going to show you the set. It's called the Daring set, and this is a little bit different. Comes only in the one size, and you get the 3 pieces. And we did it sort of as an in-between. So you got the 6-inch large pieces, and then the 2-inch smaller companion pieces. The Daring set is just sort of some mark making that comes in an in-between size at about 4 inches, and you can see very useful. This is the I can't remember what this one is called. Well, we already had the other tangle, so this, well, it's just, I don't know, I guess they're not individually named, so it's just like a knot, okay, a knotted necklace. And then you got the X's, which Julie, if you follow her and you see her art, she uses this type of imagery a lot throughout her work, so this is really nice, okay. And then again with the sort of dots and dashes, okay, and again with the sort of not square outside edge, so that makes it really a lot easier for you to repeat and to get it sort of to where it's not kind of overlapping in a weird way, right? So I'm going to go ahead and stamp these up for you. Let me wipe my hands really quickly because they are super inky. Catherine says, yes, look at the off-print paper. Super fun. And that is something else, you know, I have loads of this stuff around that I do use in my collages and with my Jolly plate. So save those. And you can see too, just by the 2 prints, so you have a little bit of the eggshell flower and a little bit of the paper cut, and it looks really nice together. So you can kind of keep that in mind. And then here, I'll just go ahead and stamp these right on here too. So Darling Dots, I think she called this. Ooh, I love that. And sometimes you see these things, right? And it's like, oh, I mean, okay, it's dots and ovals or whatever, but it's just different. Viscerally, when you get it in your hand and you stamp it and you have your favorite colors and you have them going this way and that way, it's just fun marks, right? Love that. Super handy. All right, and then you got the X's. Let's do those in some orange. Oh, so good. I mean, again, you all know Julie knows what she's doing, right? She's been at this a very long time. And she makes big art also. I mean, not always, but she does a lot of larger pieces, a lot of big, big paintings. So the sizing is really nice for that too. I love it. I can't really say enough about it. And so simple, but sometimes those simple ones really are the best. And then we got the tangles. Let's do a little, I'm going to do a little mixture. No, let's do a little purple on here. I actually, I think this is a fun stamp, but I have to tell you, I am really looking forward to see what Julie does with it too. Because she even said, she was like, I know this looks really simple. I don't know if you saw her video when she was talking about it, when she did her introduction to him, but she goes, I know this looks really simple, but I spent a lot of time getting it just the way I liked it. And you know what, I have a feeling that her I can't remember the name of it again already. The word why does my brain do that? I swear it's just writer's block. Okay, I have a feeling that writer's block is a very similar, design. Like it looks like it's so fast and easy, but it's really not. It's something that you have to, and I know just from designing my own stuff, right? So super fun. And so again, that is called the Daring set, and it comes with these three. All right. Ta-da! Next on the lineup is one of my all-time favorites, and it is Aquarius. Okay, and this is, it makes me want to burst out in song, The Age of Aquarius. Right, so here it is, and it is bold, it is funky, it's fresh, and it's so Julie, and it's so freaking cool. I just love it, and I did do a fun textural painting with it. So if you love sort of fun, funky art, okay, this is something. It is on a cradled panel. All right, so it's a nice hefty panel. I got to go over the edges. I did paint the edges gold. And this, if you can see, is a beautiful raised texture painting, okay? Super fun. It's very built up with lots of acrylic. And it's not looking too good in the camera. I wish you could see it in person because it's really, I call it neon grunge, okay? So Patty says this one looks good, like a base for a Nupathy painting. I don't know what that is. Jim says I find it more creative when I'm taking a class or creating with someone else and watching ArtFoamies Fridays and Daily Heart. Yeah, you know what? Me too, Jim. That's one reason why I love sharing and doing this and being with all of you, because it's, I think that ideas and inspiration just bounce off of each other, and I get even, and even though it's online, I get energy from all of you. It's a great way. I, wish we could be more in person, and hopefully one day we will. Also, but this is a great way to, stay connected and stay inspired. Again, I will go back over the edges with some more gold paint, but this was done with just the one large Aquarius stamp, okay, and some acrylic paints, and then I do have some texture built up underneath, okay. That's sort of a fun way to build dimensional paintings. All right, so that, my friends, is Aquarius, and I am going to stamp the small one for you as well. Let's go ahead. I actually do want to do it on a little bit thicker paper because I have an idea for this Aquarius that I want to try. Neuropathy type of painting where you draw black doodles and then color within. Ooh, that would be fun. I would love to see that with this, and especially because it is so bold, you have a lot of space to outline and then to fill in, do like gradients. Oh my gosh, super fun. I want to stamp this. Oh, what color should I stamp it in? I want to use this. I think I'm going to stamp it in a dark. I think I'm going to stamp it in this turquoise, and I'm going to use acrylic this time. Just because I want it to be kind of opaque, and I think I'm going to use a little bit. I want to get a little bit of a gradient maybe, so maybe I'll go ahead and use a little of this yellow ink that's on there as well. Okay, so that's a fun way to load up your image and get a nice little gradient. Ooh, so cool. A little bit darker down here. Maybe go into a little orange on the tips instead. I don't know. Now I'm just being crazy for fun. Because it is ArtFoamies Fun Friday. All right, so I just wanted to show that to you, but I also wanted to see if I could get this to work. I don't know. I'm just going to try it. Let's use a little black. Oh, I'll use a little Payne's Gray. And I'm just going to interrupt our makey here just to show you our freebie, because you get a freebie each month with purchase. So with the $20 purchase, you get a freebie, and this month is our Masked Moon by me, KP. It was a little self-indulgent, I won't lie. Sometimes my freebies, I say, oh, I would really think this would be cute and I would love to have it. So this is your freebie this month. Ta-da! So I thought I might try to stamp it at the top of the Aquarius so I could make a paper doll out of it. And so there you have it. Aquarius topped off by our ArtFoamies freebie of the month for October. All right. And then finally, our last our last image in the collection. And that is called Geodesic, I think. And this is my favorite painting that I did using the Geodesic large. And I just love this, okay? Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I would love to do a large version of this with multiples. It is just, and it was so fun to create. I literally got lost in this. For those of you who have worked on clayboard, this is clayboard. I love the fact that you can scrape out and it gives you such beautiful textured lines. Again, I really layered on. I know it looks very simple, okay, but there's lots and lots of layers and scraping and painting over and then stamping and then paint, scraping away. And then I did use gold as my base, and I also used some really beautiful iridescent pearl, and it is just a really sort of glowy and and a happy painting, and it's an energetic painting. So I love this image. I think it just there's just something about it that is just full of energy. And I love the fact too that you could cut bits of this out, put things behind it. I don't know. I think it has a lot of potential. Okay. So again, comes in 2 sizes. This is the large and the small. I did not get as much of a chance to utilize this, but I don't know if you see this, but I also see a face. Okay. I see a profile. So I'd love to paint this. I mean, I'm going to. One of my ideas is to paint it and to create a face in this, okay? So I just love it. And again, saved my favorite for last. And if you love clayboard, or if you have not used clayboard, then make sure to get yourself a piece. Now, this is cradled, which means that it has, when you say something's cradled, it means it has a deep edge, okay, or an edge. If it's a flat panel, like this is not cradled, okay? This is just a flat panel. So you can get clayboard. Clayboard's kind of pricey, okay? So it's not I will not lie to you, it's not something that I would, it's not something that I would necessarily just experiment on, okay? Unless you get some flat panels, because you can buy some flat panel clayboard that is a lot less expensive, okay? So that you could play and experiment on it if you wanted to. When you start getting the cradles, they get a little bit more expensive. But this also, I think this would be a beautiful set. You could do a couple pieces, or 2 or 3, do a diptych or a triptych, and have like a little series. So again, you're starting with an art foamy as your base, but the nice thing is that you can make serious art with it, and get really nice consistency, and make a little, like I said, something that is in a series. So that's just my thoughts on that. I do love the way these look together, although this one is not dimensional. They still go, and I think especially if I did 2 more pieces, to have a couple companion pieces, All right, I have one more thing I'm going to do, and then we're going to go, because we're going to have an after party. So any of my patrons that want to come on over and have an after party, you can do that. And I am going to ask you all, okay, I just wrote down a number in this little square of scrap paper. I'm going to ask anybody who's watching. This is only for people who are on the live right now, okay? And you're going to guess a number between 1 and 100. Go ahead, type it in. I'm going to give you 1 minute, okay? It's 5:01, so type it in by 5:02. And I will let you know who the winner of the Bauhaus set is. If you get the correct number, of course you win. If there's 2 winners, we'll go ahead. It has to be the first 2. If you both guess the same number and you both win, we'll pick 2 winners. If nobody guesses the right number, the person closest without going over will win. Okay, number between 1 and 100. Yay, okay. I'm going to just call them out real fast, okay? And we're cutting it off right now. We're ending it. Jim Smith says 7. Brianna says 36. Sharon says 18. Deborah Bergstrom, which I never still found out if you said it's okay to call you Deb. This scrolled down too fast. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Deborah Bergstrom picked 23, Deb Peak 52, Catherine Gross 66, Ellen Goodlow 54, Pat Stein 13, Patty Vintage Shop 48, Pat Stein 13. Please only type your number in once, okay? Acme Post 82, D Keels 84, Marilyn Kelly 72, Bernadette 51, Heather Bailey 28, Pam Shales 44, Linda Rizzo 63, Linda Weber 2. Linda has a number 2. Okay, we're ending it right now. No more numbers. We are done with the numbers. And let me see who won. Who won? It looks like Catherine Guerrero. I'm pretty sure you are the closest without going over. Catherine had 66. Yes, you're the winner. It was 71. Catherine, ding, 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 ding. You won the Bauhaus set. I will message you or PM you so that if you already have it, we'll work something else out. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you for hanging out with me for ArtFoamies Fun. I love you all to the moon and back. And I will see you next week. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey, and come back next week for more ArtFoamies Fun. And if you're one of my patrons, come on over to the after party because we're going to party like it's, well, not like it's 1999. Somebody said the other day, I don't want to party like it's 1999. I want to grocery shop like it's 1999. And I have to agree. But we're going to go and have some more makey fun, all right? So I'll see you there. Thanks again. Thank you again to Julie Balzer for her amazing ArtFoamies and for continuing to, you know, be a part of our ArtFoamies family. We really appreciate you. I doubt that Julie's watching, but Julie, if you happen to see this, we appreciate you so, so much. Love your art, and I can't wait to visit with you. Don't forget to come back here on the 20th. Julie is going to join us for a little ArtFoamies fun and a Q&A. All right? Have a great night and a great weekend. See y'all soon. Bye.